Before the world called him an emperor, before armies carried his name, before history carved his face into marble, Marcus Aurelius was simply a man trying to master himself. He wrote in private. He reflected in silence. He questioned his own mind more often than he commanded others. His greatest victories were not won on the battlefield, but within his own thoughts. And though he ruled the most powerful empire of his era, he believed that the only true empire worth mastering is the one inside yourself. Tonight, you will step into his world, into the mind of a philosopher-emperor, into the quiet strength that made him unshakable. These are not just ideas from the past. They are 21, those part ancient, part modern, that will make you calmer, sharper, and stronger in a world overflowing with noise. Tonight, you're not just listening to advice. You're stepping into a different way of thinking, a way of seeing life as Marcus did, with clarity, with discipline, and with unbreakable inner peace. Let's begin. LAW1. Rule yourself first. Marcus Aurelius ruled the largest empire of his time. Yet he understood a truth most people never learn. A man who cannot govern his mind will eventually lose everything else. He wrote privately in his meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To Marcus, self-mastery wasn't a goal. It was a daily discipline, a ritual of taming inner storms before they became outer chaos. Your emotions, your impulses, your thoughts, your reactions shape your entire destiny long before your actions ever do. Anyone can control a room. Few can control themselves. That is where true power begins. The modern application is simple but profound. The next time anger rises, pause. The next time anxiety rushes in, breathe. The next time you feel the urge to react, instantly don't. Let the first wave of emotion pass. Look at the moment from above. See it with clarity, not emotion. The instruction is this: if you learn to command the storms within, nothing outside of you can ever pull you off your path. This is the foundation upon which all other laws are built. LAW, to find your citadel. Marcus Aurelius called the mind an inner citadel, a fortress you can retreat into at any moment to find peace, no matter what chaos rages outside. He wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This isn't about escaping reality. It's about recharging within it. Most people look for peace in external things: a vacation, a new possession, the approval of others. But Marcus knew that true tranquility is a portable fortress you build inside yourself. It's a space of logic, reason, and calm that no one can ever touch. In today's world, our attention is constantly under attack. Notifications, deadlines, and drama pull us in 100 different directions. Your inner citadel is your sanctuary from this noise. It's the quiet moment you take to breathe before a big meeting. It's the 5 minutes of silence you claim in your car before walking into your home. The instruction is to build and fortify this space daily. Through meditation, journaling, or simply quiet reflection, you make your citadel stronger. When the world becomes too much, you'll have a place of power to retreat to, not in weakness, but in strength. LAW3C. Obstacles as fuel. To Marcus and the Stoics, the obstacle was not something that blocked the path. The obstacle, was the path. He famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is one of the most powerful mindset shifts you can ever make. A difficult project isn't a roadblock. It's a chance to prove your ingenuity. A tough conversation isn't a threat. It's an opportunity to practice courage and honesty. A failure isn't an end. It's a lesson in resilience. Think of it like a fire. You can complain that a log is blocking your path, or you can throw it into the fire and use it as fuel to burn brighter and hotter. Every problem, every challenge, every setback carries within it the exact fuel you need to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. The instruction is to reframe every obstacle. Don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this make me better?" When you do that, nothing can stop you. because everything that tries to stop you only makes you more unstoppable. LAW 4. Practice voluntary hardship. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor. He could have lived in constant luxury, surrounded by every imaginable comfort. Yet, he often chose to sleep on a hard cot and eat simple food. Why? He was practicing what we now call voluntary hardship. By intentionally exposing himself to discomfort, he was vaccinating his mind against misfortune. He knew that a man who has only known comfort will shatter at the first sign of hardship. But a man who has practiced being cold, hungry, and tired will be unshakable when life inevitably forces those conditions upon him. In our world of convenience, we've become soft. We complain if the Wi-Fi is slow, if the coffee is cold, if the bed isn't perfect. We have lost our resilience. The modern application of this law is to intentionally introduce small, controlled doses of discomfort into your life. Take a cold shower, skip a meal, and feel the pangs of hunger. Sleep on the floor for a night. Work out a little harder than you want to. The instruction is this: by choosing your hardships, you prepare yourself for the ones you don't choose. You are training your mind and body to say, "I have faced this before, I can handle this." You build a quiet confidence that no amount of comfort can ever give you. LAW 5. Remember, you are mortal. In ancient Rome, a general returning from a great victory would have a servant standing behind him in the chariot, whispering in his ear, "Memento mori," remember, you will die. Marcus Aurelius meditated on his own death, and the death of everyone he loved, not to be morbid, but to be alive. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." The awareness of death doesn't make life depressing. It makes it urgent. It strips away the trivial, the petty, and the meaningless. What are you wasting time on pointless arguments, on scrolling through social media, on worrying about what people think of you? Your time is finite. Every minute you spend on something that doesn't matter is a minute you can never get back. Remembering your mortality is the ultimate life hack. It clarifies your priorities. Like nothing else, the instruction is to live each day as if it were your last, not with reckless abandon, but with focus, purpose, and gratitude. Ask yourself, if this were my last day on earth, would I be doing what I'm doing right now? Let the answer guide you to a life of meaning. LAW 6. Focus only on what you control. This is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to separate what was within his control from what was not. You control your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, and your responses. You do not control the weather, the economy, what other people think, or the outcome of your efforts. He said the chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals, not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Most of our anxiety, frustration, and anger comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. We get angry about traffic. We worry about a client's decision. We are hurt by someone else's opinion. This is like trying to command the tides. It's a complete waste of energy. The modern application is to consciously practice this separation. When you feel a negative emotion, ask yourself, is the source of this feeling within my control? If the answer is no, then accept it as you would accept rain on a sunny day as a fact of life, not a personal failure. The instruction is to pour 100% of your energy into the things you can influence: your effort, your attitude, your character, and let go of the rest. This is the secret to inner peace and effectiveness. LAW 7. Your judgments hurt you, not events. Marcus Aurelius understood a profound psychological truth. It is not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. An event itself is neutral. It is just a fact. Losing your job is a fact. Someone criticizing you is a fact. Getting a flat tire is a fact. What causes the pain is the story you tell yourself about that fact. The story that says, losing my job means I'm a failure. The story that says, their criticism means I'm worthless. It is your interpretation, your judgment, that adds the layer of suffering. Marcus Aurelius. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it, and it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now. This is incredibly empowering. It means that you have the ability to stop your own suffering at any moment, simply by changing your perspective. The instruction is to become a master of your interpretations. When something bad happens, observe it like a scientist. See the event for what it is, separate from the emotional story you've attached to it. Challenge your initial judgment. Ask yourself, is this really a catastrophe, or is it just an inconvenience? Is there another way to look at this? You will find that most of your pain is self-inflicted, and you hold the power to end it. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the mind of a philosopher-emperor. We have only just begun. There are more laws to explore, more wisdom to uncover. If you found value in these ideas, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next part of this series. Let's continue to build our inner citadels together.